All right, guys. Welcome to the garden party. Phil, take it off, dude.
Party, party, everyone I go to party with you. We talk about the place we grow and some things you might not know. The garden party.
Great job, Phil. Great
Yay,
job.
good job.
I,
Yay.
I promise I will take care of it next week. I will take care of it next week. I'll be home. It's trade show season. I'm coming off from
Don't you
Kerrville,
dare take
Texas.
this from me. I am the captain now.
I am the captain now. But yes, welcome to the garden party. Thanks, Phil. Uh, Phil, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let everybody know what you got. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
It's your favorite plant parent and regular parent, just juggling the two. And I am trying to dry out after 7 days of rain here at Wilmington, North Carolina. Only to prep for some hurricane swell. If you guys ever play with any of those ocean apps, there's a storm forming off the coast. But my figs have not liked any of this. We went from super hot and things were just getting burnt to a crisp. Now it's super wet and things are getting moldy. And you know what? It's time to reseed. So we'll get into it there.
Fantastic. There's a storm up brewing. Um, it just started raining where I'm at too.
Yeah.
Kerrville is where they had the nasty flooding up here in Texas Hill Country. The last time I was trying to make it over here, like the storm had just happened, so I couldn't make it up this way. So I finished my expo and I hauled butt this way. And as soon as I got here, it started raining. And I was like, well, at least I'm on like the third floor. Something bad happened. So I mean, it's just you never know.
Yeah.
But happy to be here, Des. What's going on?
Oh, nothing. It's so hot. I'm just maintaining my garden beds right now, just trying to make sure I'm watering them every other day pretty well. It's still too hot to be outside doing much, except for today. We finally got some like clouds and rain. And also, you guys know my day job, I'm a hairdresser and it's back to school hair. So I've been pretty busy
Do you cut kids' hair
doing
and stuff
hair.
like that?
Oh yeah, kids and high school kids, all the way up there.
I thought you were like a
People
You
going to
like
fancy, like
college.
school.
I thought you were fancy, like you did all like the blue haired ladies in Austin. I figured you just like that.
Oh my goodness. I do everybody's hair.
Oh,
We're
Vikram's here. Yeah,
we're
Vikram.
a college town too, we have like
It's
college
not
kids
just
going
for the
back.
fancy people in Austin.
Yeah.
Oh,
There.
what's up? Look
Hey,
at this
it's
Speaking of
like
guy.
fa-
it's like
speaking
I've
of
never
fancy
used a
people,
computer before. Like I don't know what I'm doing. I was like trying to find the link and just clicking on things. I don't know what's happening.
I'm not sure
So,
what to do with my
To the
hands.
aging millennial generation. So let's talk about it.
Well, real quick, Josh, go ahead and introduce yourself, dude.
Sorry, I everybody buffered all at the same time, so it was a blip. It was crazy.
Sorry.
First of
Go ahead
all,
and
I'm
go ahead,
I'm
buddy.
excited to meet Vikram. Vikram, I've heard so much about you. It's like you're the long lost brother I've never met uh, through these episodes. So I'm super pumped about that.
That's crazy in my brain.
same.
Yeah, I'm. And what's cool is Vikram is exactly in person as he is online. Like he's the exact same person. He's super cool in person as well. So it's pretty nice.
Aw,
That's
that's so
awesome.
nice.
Well, I'm so glad to meet you. I brought a pair of pears today. This one's looking a little rough for wear, but pears come in different shapes and sizes. And I was gonna eat these as a snack because they're the last of the regular pears. But I'm all paired out. I've probably eaten close to 100 pears now, personally, and there's many yet preserved and ready for later consumption. But
I'm
it's
I'm not
been
a I'm not a pear eater. I'm not a pear eater. I wish I was.
if
I
you
love
had this many, you would be.
Yeah.
So
I love pears if they're ripe enough.
It's
yeah,
usually like the grit. Usually they're a little gritty.
You got to let them sit a while.
yeah,
Yeah.
Really.
And they
Yes.
that's
don't
the key.
ripen, or most varieties don't ripen fully on the tree. So you got to pick them and let them sit.
Hmm.
Exactly. Yep.
Really.
It's
Good to
that
know.
patience.
So
Oh,
I'm all paired out, and I got some good plant trivia for us later. Herbs and berries, cuttings. We're doing
ooh,
cuttings today, so I'm super pumped.
Oh.
nice. Fantastic. Well, we already heard from him. We got our returning guest, the unofficial fifth member of the garden party, uh, Mr. Vikram Baliga, the plant prop. What's going on, dude? It's like I just saw
Man,
you.
I know it's kind of weird. So if I sound weird, I've been homesick today. I've had a slight head cold, so I'm not sure I'm gonna make it. Like I think this is the end for me. My wife
Oh
she's
Like
like,
no.
you're such a
with
baby.
life for the podcast.
No, I'm here like already.
Okay.
No, but like no, it's like I'll get a
Test. What a
slight
way to
cold.
go out.
Yeah. And run a 1-degree fever, and my wife's like, you're the biggest baby in the world. I got the man
The
flu.
man flu. Yeah,
You
I
got the
said it at the
man
same
flu.
time. Man flu is the worst.
I don't get
I
sick
saw a
very
post. This
often,
this
but when
guy's
I
wife
do,
was
I get
giving birth,
really sick.
and she was like on the table giving birth, and he's like, see, now she knows what it feels like when I get a cold. You're like, you're just self-deprecating yourself there, bud.
Yeah, yes, I can totally agree. It seems like every time I get sick, my wife gets sick like immediately afterwards, and I'm like, you're just faking it. You're just being sick because I was sick. Like it's like what is it? What is it? What is it like when you're with a hostage situation and you start like
Stockholm syndrome.
uh
Oh my
yes,
gosh.
yes, yes,
Sympathy,
100%.
sympathy illness.
Yes. Oh
That
my
could happen too.
goodness. Well, let's see. We got some comments already in the chat. We've really been trying to make sure to answer as many questions as we can in the chat. So if y'all have questions, make sure to drop them down below. But real quick, Vikram, introduce yourself. Like, so you're at Texas Tech. You're a professor and you do a lot of stuff in the greenhouse. What y'all have going on right now?
Just trying to get ready for the semester start. It is we're staring down the barrel of it. I think we start on the 25th, so it's coming up quick. Des. So just prepare yourself. By the way, I don't, and I hope
Yeah.
it's okay if I say this, Des.
Oh, you
Uh,
can go for it.
okay. So Des is starting our online horticulture program at Texas Tech this fall,
I am.
and we've already
That's
got
awesome.
a Froberg, right? Froberg went through it a few years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like collecting y'all like infinity stones. Like
Yeah,
I'm
you are
gonna
actually.
just keep finding more influencers more garden influencers to put through our program.
One of my favorite things.
I was gonna say Froberg did it like a long time ago, like
It's been a
because
while.
he was like an ag teacher before he was even doing like social media and stuff like that. It's pretty wild.
I was also gonna say, I was kind of like texting Vikram and giving him a little crap because it was like, look at you being one of the authors on my textbooks.
You have books?
I
You have like
just take the pictures.
textbooks?
It's fine.
He co-authored a textbook.
You need a discount, Des. Come on.
Yeah, she gets
On that
you a
one.
promo code.
I haven't bought it yet.
Plant prop
It is-
20%
It is
off.
it is
20.
weird when you meet people and they have books. Like it's weird just to meet someone that has like a book that they wrote. It's always really weird. I don't know. It's nuts. But congratulations,
cool.
Des. I'm excited for you.
Thank you. I'm excited too. I'm just trying to like, I don't know, get my life together a little bit so that way I feel like, I'm prepared, but I don't know why. It's gonna be fine. I'm taking a full schedule though, like full time. And I'm not worried. It's
You
gonna
can
be
do
good.
it. I have all
I
the
know.
faith in you. You're gonna do great.
I know I can
Is
do it. I'm excited about it actually.
is there a possible hurricane over like I think Matt's over in Florida? Is that where the
It's pretty
hurricane's going?
far away, isn't it? Hurricane
I don't think
Aaron?
it's gonna make landfall.
Can we bring up windy.com?
I can't from my iPad.
Windy.com.
Windy.com.
For all
See,
you
I can bring
landlocked
it up.
people.
well,
This feels like a trick.
unless you want Frosties and a baked potato, this is Wendy's.com. Sorry, I'm on Wendy's.com.
Oh,
There.
Windy.
Phil, I'm gonna spend
breeze.
way too much
Okay,
time
here you
looking at
go.
this.
Now I want you to go to Monday at the bottom scroll bar. There's a play button, but just just click on Monday.
Okay,
Okay.
Monday.
Oh.
Now hit the play button.
Wow.
This is fancy.
And again,
Oh, I'm gonna spend a lot of time playing on this.
model. So
This
this
is
is the
really
wind, and
cool.
if you look on the charts on the side, you can see all the other things. So it's moving a little slow. You could probably move it faster if you want to click through. But this is
That
going to
is
be
a
a hoss of a storm.
monster.
That's a big one.
That is some
thought-
scary shit.
It's
See
not going
where
to be here
boy.
till
you
the
see the
middle of next
logo of
week.
windy? Just below that logo is Wilmington, North Carolina. So it's going to get a little close for comfort.
Yeah, it looks like it's
I
gonna
thought that it
skirt right
was-
up the coast.
Good
Ooh,
surfing.
I
It's
thought
just going to come up here and it's
Yeah.
going to crank up some epic swell, dudes. But it's just going to skirt right over the Outer Banks.
okay.
Hmm.
So
That's
that.
something to
Yeah.
be.
Anyway,
Look, that's something to look out for. That's scary. That's scary. I always get freaked out, man. Hurricanes, being in Houston, I'm used to them, and Phil, you're getting used to them now. We're in North Carolina. I mean, it's always different every time. Phil,
modeling
you're
of these
are,
hurricanes, a lot of them are just directed at North Carolina. A lot of time, if it's on the Atlantic. So
Yeah.
we've come to accept it's part of the game for living in an awesome place.
This one is kind of like
Hmm.
an early one, right? And a massive one. That's a
Yeah.
pretty big hurricane. And it's pretty early in the season. Thank
It's
goodness
typically
it's
this
gonna
time of year when I know that the ocean temperatures are breaking 80
yeah.
ubiquitously throughout the Atlantic. And let's put my science hat on real quick for Earth science. But the waters that can stir up these storms, and then you have the transfer of high and low pressures, right? But hurricane season lasts from June 1st through November 15th. It used to be November 1st, but guess what? It expanded because we have longer, warmer seasons.
Yay.
yeah. Let's see. We got some questions in the chat. Let's see. Someone was talking about praying mantises. I was at a plant show where they were selling praying mantises like pets. It was pretty wild, and I'm pretty sure on Palm Street they sell like geckos, lizards, and I bet they sell praying mantises on Palm Street too. I don't know how ethical all that stuff is. I don't even know how long do praying mantises even live.
They can live a couple years and as pets. They
Years?
can.
Really?
Yeah. The controversy with buying praying mantis for the garden is that you have to be careful not to buy the invasive variety of Chinese mantid. And they have a very specific egg case that is like round. It's like big and round versus the Carolina mantis that's our native mantis. The egg case is different. And the reason why this is a big deal is because the Chinese praying mantis can even capture and kill hummingbirds. It's
I've
that
seen that.
big.
I've seen.
And yeah,
Oh
they're
my
huge.
goodness.
And they outcompete our native mantis. And so it's really important not to get the Chinese mantid to release into your garden.
When you were talking about the difference between the Chinese praying mantis and the regular our praying mantis, I don't know why I was laughing inside my head. And you're like the egg case. I was like, it looks like an egg roll or something like that. Like I was like, that
No,
would
it's
be.
like round.
I don't know why I was like that. Made me laugh so hard. That's why I was laughing to myself. I made myself
It's like
laugh.
it's pretty crazy. But there are a lot of people that get beautiful, very interesting varieties of mantis to keep as pets. And
They
I
lived
love
for
I
2
love
years. That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah, they live a good long time. They're pretty
Yeah,
big.
they had some really cool
The
varieties
Chinese
at PlantCon.
PowerPoint
the Chinese
font right there.
mantis has a very distinctive egg case. So I just try to be really specific. The very top picture on that one here on the right is the native Carolina mantis. And you can tell by the way that it's an elongated case. And you'll find them a lot of times along a stem. But the invasive ones have this really round, big, like egg case to them. And there are thousands in there. And they honestly can be really, really detrimental to our native insects because they'll prey on a ton of beneficial insects as well as like the same food sources of our native mantis. And so, just when you know better, you do better. So I think it's important to point that out.
Nice. Oh, that's great information. Already got our first fig question, Phil. I get a lot of questions about when I prune my figs. And I told people I only prune my figs like if they're hitting me in the head when I'm mowing, or like I just feel like pruning the back a little bit. I only prune the back when I'm going to propagate. But when do you start, Phil?
I do in the wintertime because I ship them and they store better for my own planning. But once I've seen people root fig cuttings every which way. Like I've seen it all, but I go for like a realistic like hedging option, and that is lignified wood. And typically when it's dormant, they just store longer. So if you're not ready, they can wake up slower. However, you can root cuttings that are lignified now quite easily. They will take the root, prune all the leaves off of them, because the leaves will try to suck up energy if they don't drop them on their own. And that goes for air layering too. A lot of times if you air layer, you can just rip all the leaves off and then it'll put out new growth additionally after that, even if they have roots. But figs, when they're lignified, they just have those lenticles near the nodes and that cambium layer that has the rooting hormone in it a little stronger versus the green
What
cuttings.
what did you just say? Oh, did you say lenticles?
Lenticles.
Like
Lenticles, obviously.
They're on the
That's the
nodes. There's these
first
little
time
white nodes.
I've never heard anyone use the term lenticles before ever.
That's the little like white things that stick out where the roots come out, right, Phil?
They're sites of gas exchange in a trunk. So like, in a leaf they have stomata that open and close and let gas in and out. A lenticle is just a opening through bark, like it goes into the like trunk of a stem. You'll see it on fruits too, like apples and some plums and stuff. It's real apparent, and it's just a site of gas exchange, like carbon dioxide and oxygen. It's just they're just always open, as opposed to like a stomata.
Hey, this right here, Vikram, is prime example of where your vocabulary lessons videos would do so well, because there's so many words I
We got
hear
to
for
get
the
back
first
to
time,
that.
like peduncle and lenticle. Like peduncle is my favorite word of all time. Peduncle sounds so good feels so good when it comes out of your mouth.
It's fun to
Like,
say.
oh, it's so
I
much
thought
fun,
you
dude.
said stigmata for a second. And
Stigmata, that's different.
it was a whole different realm I was going
Those
down.
tend to be like always open like holes as well. So that's
Into another thing, because I brought my Red Haven peach back to the nursery thinking I had the boring beetles in it because the
Yeah.
sap was oozing out. And he goes, "Well, let's check because I'm doing all the grafting and propagating. So I want to make sure." Like he basically did a full breakdown with me, and he gave me a new tree, and because it has a 6-month warranty, and he had some fresh Red Havens that I could get again, which I'm excited for. Those peaches look awesome, and he looked at it and he dissected it, and where I thought it was coming out, because I've seen like little bubbly sap, and this is Vikram where I need your brain. Maybe this was a lenticle thing where it wasn't actually where the sap I thought was oozing. I'm like, great, I got the borers. I'm seeing the buildup of the ooze. He goes, no, sometimes as trees get established, they do this kind of thing. And I wonder if it has to do with those lenticles releasing gas.
so
It sounds like you said an oozy lenticle.
that's dibs on that as a band name. We'll be playing at Bonnaroo next year, the Oozy Lenticles. I'm in a weird mood. I'm so sorry.
Somebody chat GPT a fake
Hang out
thing
with
called the
Vikram
oozy
when you're in a
lenticles,
weird
a
mood. So just
t-shirt.
keep running with this. This is my favorite hot sauce right now.
Yeah.
this
So
reminds me of something.
that can happen where you'll get just sap flow out of any pores on a plant, right? If you've ever stood under a tree on a hot day and it feels like you're getting like rained on, that is essentially water flow, but it can be sticky water, right? Because it's, different things coming out of little pores on the outside of the leaves called hydothodes. And in trunks, you can see that sometimes. Now, what I would say is if it's a really little spot, it's probably fine. But you want to look at it is if you scrape it off and you actually see a hole, that's probably a boring insect. Peaches can also get a disease called gummosis, where they'll sort of just sap flow, and you'll see these little nodules of amber colored sap on the outside. And that is, I believe, a bacterial disease that gets in there. It causes this stuff to come out. I've got an apricot tree in the backyard in my backyard that has it. I'll make a video actually. And it just makes these gross little nodules of sap. Usually it happens on a stress tree.
Yeah,
And
too.
you
That's
tend
a
to
good. Okay.
and you tend to see it more if there are borers or insects present. But like stress will cause, or not cause these problems, but make these problems like easier for the tree to get.
Is that how burls happen? Like when they heal
Process?
over, like stuff like that?
No, right?
So burls are a little different. Essentially, the when the cells replicate on the outside of the trunk, they screw up, right? It's not like
Mhm.
tree cancer, but it's like cell division problems like we would see in a cancer in an animal, right?
Mhm.
Hmm.
Where instead of the wood laying in, or the tree laying in the wood in these nice neat lines and rings, the tissue just sort of goes in all kinds of directions. So you get these really interesting patterns, um,
Mhm.
and these big weird knobs on the outside of the tree. Like if you're a woodworker, like burls are like, I have a friend that has a red oak in his front yard, that right at the ground, there's a burl that's probably this big around. And
Wow.
Wow.
I bet he could sell it for like hundreds of dollars. Just
Yes.
Yeah.
cutting it up into
Yeah, he could.
pieces, probably more. And the tree's going out, so I'm really trying to convince him to like get rid of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Uh,
because you do wood turning for pins and stuff.
and so like for bowls, for you can actually cut it into like slabs and stabilize it and get really cool like tabletops and all kinds of stuff out of it. So like burl wood is like prized by woodworkers. And
Mhm.
it's sort of just like weird cell growth in trees. They get, when cells copy themselves, they're not sometimes real good at it. They make mistakes, and the more mistakes they make, the more mistakes they make, which is why we get some of these runaway cancers and things in animals.
Mhm.
And we see things like cankers and other stuff in trees and in plants that are similar in nature.
Nice.
Yep.
Hmm.
Mr. Josh, you've been very quiet, dude. How are you doing, man?
I am I am just dealing with a month of rain. Like all my tomatoes now are dying. Everything is splitting. All my figs are splitting, Phil. I'm so upset
Mhm.
about it. It's
It's
just like
been tough.
mush. We never have gone from a full month of no rain in June to like an entire month of rain and more in July and August. Like it's been
Yeah.
a weird switch. Like the ground was so hard it was cracking open, and
Mhm.
now you can't walk without like everything squishing and mushing. And it's just not fun to be out there in it. And you don't want to walk around because you start compacting the ground. You start like causing more problems. You can't prune trees because you're going to spread disease. Like it's just I can only make so many videos about what you should or shouldn't do in the rain.
Yeah, I
Th-
get
That,
it.
that, that's where the meta glasses come in handy over at Home Depot and stuff.
That's true.
We're
I
in
want
the we're in the opposite dog days at the moment. Like we've had some rain around us. I swear it's rained a circle around my house today. Like there were 3 raindrops on our patio, but nothing in the garden beds. And I am literally going out there and using my dibber to poke holes in the garden bed. And then I'm soaking the garden beds with water. I have like a bubbler that I'm using to like soak the beds every other day because they're drying out that quickly. So I get it. Like my backyard faces due west. It is hot. The grass is crunching.
to.
I'm just trying to keep the garden beds going right now, and then we'll work on it in about 3 weeks, I think.
That's rough.
Vic,
Waiting
I
and
have
humped.
a I have a Vikram specific question. Vikram, I've read your book, but I still don't
Oops.
understand spinach email. What is spinach email?
Okay, hang on.
Vikram
I've got
book.
a copy. Oh, I have this one's in French, but you can still look at the pictures. Hang on. Sorry.
Wait,
What
I don't
page
your
have
we
book is
got?
international? Your book is international?
it's been translated as far as I've been. They don't always tell me when it gets translated in a new language. But I believe it's in 6 different languages now.
Dang, look at you go.
This would be so
Wow.
much easier if I could read French.
Guys, we have such a
Uh,
smart friend. What page are you looking at?
look for spinach emails. What page is that on? Look in the like table of contents.
Oh, right.
Rocky
I'm gonna
Rose, what
say
email?
I know how to
Which
use the
page is
book.
that?
Oh, 20 and 21.
20 and 21. All right.
je ne sais pas.
So
Spinach emails.
Spinach emails. Okay, the short version here is that there were researchers at a couple of universities, MIT and a couple others, that realized they could put nanotubules into the leaves of spinach plants. So
That's crazy
there's like
cool.
nanotech that they're integrating into some of the plants. And what they could do is by either putting it in the leaves or on the leaves, as the plants pulled up water and chemicals and things from the soil, those nanotubules would absorb it, and they were sort of designed to react to some different chemicals. So whether it was, there's some different applications. This was like a proof of concept kind of thing. But the idea is that if you had changes in soil chemistry, you could use it to detect like explosives by plant, like just letting plants grow, and then like, residues, explosive residues in the soil, contamination, pesticides, all kinds of things. Essentially, it would trigger a signal to a sensor in the field, and that sensor would send an email to the researchers saying, hey, we've essentially, something has been detected in the field, and they could go out and look and all of this. The resolution's still low, like they couldn't say it was this plant in this place. But just as a proof of concept, the fact that we can use nanotech in our plants to
Yeah.
essentially evaluate the
You-
environment around them. They could track climate change, they could track weather patterns, they could track soil, microbial ecology, all kinds of stuff, just through like that active feedback.
You get down to
It's
isotopes and things like that.
I think so. Again, it's fairly new technology. There's a couple of papers out on it. I'll have to find and share, but
So
Put
exciting.
sunflowers in, and you could track heavy metal pull from those sunflower roots.
well, and that's one of the thoughts. So they use things like sunflowers, some native grasses, different plants for like bioremediation, on oil well sites, on strip mines, on different places where, yeah, you would get like contamination from fracking or from heavy metals or from oils. And what they could do is monitor the levels in the soil just by growing the plants, and get an active feedback of, we have reached acceptable levels in the soil, right? We've mined out all of this stuff and deposited in the plant tissue. Like, it's really just incredible. Really
That's
incredible.
awesome.
Awesome.
That is so
This is just
cool.
one of those
That's
things, like when
so
like we found
freaking
out that
cool.
Leonardo da Vinci had just designed things after animals and plants, like in his creations. I like the surf fin was created. George Greeno developed a lot of the surf fins that, like the kegs we know, the skegs we know today on surf fins, off of different pelagic fish like tuna fish and things like that, based on their fins. And so this is just another iteration of like using uptake methods from plants to help us, basically as a method to determine what's in our soil contents, because they're way better at mining nutrients out of the soil than we are.
Absolutely. That is so cool.
Cool stuff.
That is really cool. That is awesome. I got some cashew questions. Have any of you ever tried to grow a cashew tree, or it was pistachios? That's what it was, pistachios. And I know they're
So
I
popular
don't
in
think they're
California,
suited
right?
to
But
our.
they take, yeah,
so
they
I
take a
was
lot of
in
water.
I went to visit the Grand Canyon not too long ago, and we were driving on this tour, and out of nowhere, like on the way there was the huge field of green trees, like in this desert land where there's no water. And it turns out that they were growing almond and I think it was pistachio trees, and in the middle of nowhere. And of course, all the locals were complaining. I found out the story that they're taking all the groundwater to water these trees, but it's in the middle of nowhere, and it was just acres and acres and acres. But they like really dry, arid, well drained soil, and it was a beautiful sight. I think I took a bunch of videos. I need to post it, but
That's cool.
That's awesome.
it was pretty neat.
Yeah, yeah, that's awesome. I mean, there's just, I mean, I think a lot of people um, get a cool idea of growing some certain things, but not everything grows everywhere. You know what I mean? And it's almost not, the juice almost isn't worth the squeeze. Trying to like over water something all the time, and like Texas is a good state to grow a lot of things, but I don't think we would grow pistachios or almonds very well in Houston. I mean, even just from
Not in
Austin to
Houston.
Houston, Dallas to Houston, there's stuff we can't grow. It's very weird. Um,
You know,
Probably
there
grow 'em
are
around these parts.
we grow pistachios actually okay up here. There's a few at our
Yeah.
arboretum here that do pretty well. There's some huge orchards in eastern New Mexico, actually. Lots of pistachios
really?
grown out there near Albuquerque, and then between Albuquerque and the Texas border. There's a lot grown. They actually do well. They take some water for sure, but they do well in a hot, dry climate, high pH, kind of sandy soils. Um, they're a good crop.
Vikram, Keith Rods asks, how can he order your book?
Uh, you can get it anywhere. Um, Amazon, or you can order through Barnes and Noble. Most bookstores, if they don't have it in stock, can order it.
I'll
I
post a
need
link
to
in the chat.
look.
I'll post a link in the chat.
Let me look real quick. So I had sent about 50 signed copies to a bookstore in New York.
Hmm.
Because I did a
You know
I did
what?
a virtual like book release or book whatever signing thing there. And so if you go to booksofwonder.com, it's a big children's bookstore in New York. I think they still have some signed book plates and signed books in stock. So you could probably pick a signed one from there if you want to. Otherwise, wherever else.
I got the Amazon link.
Nice.
Let's put it in the chat.
Uh,
But I'll find the Books of Wonder one if they want to buy the autographed ones.
you
While
know
we're
what's
talking
fun?
about,
Oh, no, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
I was just gonna say what's fun is some of my favorite places to find my book are like in libraries. And in science centers. So like
Ooh,
they were selling them at Moody Gardens for a while in Houston. They've been at different like science centers across the country. People will send me pictures when they find one. And
this
I
guy.
love that. That's so fun.
Guys, we have the smartest and coolest friend. Just saying.
Yeah, I'm Vikram, did you ever think about? Remember I was telling you where like you go and just sign a random book and don't say anything, but just tell someone like, hey, like go to like an airport or like a bookstore and go sign it, take a picture, say, hey, I signed this. Like
So
you
I
should
did
definitely do that.
I did that when I was in Portland last year. There's a big bookstore there, and they had one copy, and I signed it. So that was fun. I've
That's
started doing
awesome.
that.
That's
It's
awesome.
amazing.
Gorilla
Yeah,
signing. That's
I'll,
pretty
I'll do
cool.
that. I'll do that sometime with stickers. I'll take some of my stickers and I'll put them in a random spot. Say, hey, I put this sticker here at this nursery. When you find it, take a picture and
That's
send it to
cool.
me. It's like I like doing little scavenger hunt stuff like that. It's fun. I
That's
highly
pretty neat.
Well,
recommend doing something like that with y'all or around the area, like going to your local nursery and doing something like that.
I put
yeah.
my business card out at random places on the business
There
card
you go.
board, and it's just got
Love it.
the QR code, and it just says, "Want to learn how to grow your own food?" And then people are like, "Well, I wonder what that is."
That's so
The,
smart.
the funniest thing that I get recognized for is my wife when we're out and about. She'll when you go to the bathroom. So hey, give me one of your stickers, and she puts my stickers in the bathroom stall in the ladies' rooms. And so I'll get people DMing me my face from inside the stall at like some bar or some restaurant. I'm
That's
like, well,
funny.
like that. That's funny.
That
Like,
is some awesome spousal support.
hey,
Dude, I've
Ashley,
stickers
got a
are
bunch of your
great.
stickers.
Stickers are
you
awesome.
go, girl. While we're on the topic of books, Nightshade Farm asked, what are some of your favorite plant books or gardening books? And I
Yes.
have a stack of my 4 most recommended books that I want to tell you guys about.
Yeah, do it.
And the first one is Soil Science for Gardeners. This is a really important book
Good
to
book.
have in your reference library. It's concise, it's easy to read. It's not a very dense book, but it has all of the basic things that you need to know in order to understand soil science as it relates to gardening. So if you do not
I'm
have
gonna
this book,
post
it's not
these.
very expensive.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Soil
post these in the
Science for
chat.
Gardeners is
Nice.
an excellent book. Highly recommend reading this. My next one is Botany for Gardeners. Also, not a super dense read. It's accessibly easy for most people to read and understand. And it will really make you look at things like trees a lot differently, the way they grow. And it has pictures, but it even, my favorite thing about it is that it even has like cells. You can see plant cells in this book. And it really, it's good at being advanced enough that you feel like you're really getting a good amount of horticulture out of it, but not so advanced that you can't be a beginner gardener and understand it. So that's one I really love. And then I am a huge fan of companion planting, and I love Louise Riot, and she wrote these two books. Carrots love tomatoes and roses love garlic. And they're just a really great way of kind of thinking about how you can plant in a vegetable garden densely and together, and what grows well together and what may not benefit another plant to be planted together. So if you're interested in those things, these are my favorite 4 books. Gateway books.
Yes, you should do a video. You should take that and do a video of what you just said. And
I
post
have.
It. Yeah,
I've done it
that would
several
be a great
times. I should
start.
do it again.
Do it. 2025 top reads.
Oh,
We can't hear you, Phil. You're muted, man. But
your pack.
they are fantastic books.
You hear me?
Yeah, we can. They're fantastic books. And they also, if you're into that sort of thing, they also are all the same size. So they look nice on a shelf.
Yeah, that's what my books usually look like. They look really good on the shelf. I'm a book buyer, but I'm not the biggest book reader. I just try to find one book I did found. I like picture books. I like this one.
You can see how much I've used these books, by the way. Like, look at the pages here. I mean, my husband makes fun of me because I love to read environmental science or gardening books all the time on vacation. And I took botany for gardeners with us on a beach vacation once. And he was like, oh my goodness. You're a lot.
Could you imagine sitting like on a beach and reading an environmental science book? What the hell is wrong with you, Des?
I love that all the time. I do it all the time. All the time.
Are we doing book review?
Carrots love tomatoes and roses love garlic. Matt,
we'll do a garden party book club. Maybe that's what we should do. We should vote on like a book and we'll all read it, and we'll do like a couple times a year we'll do like a book review like that we all read.
Yeah, I've always got one. I just finished up Silent Spring, and I'm reading Light Eaters next. I'm really excited about it. It talks about plant photosynthesis. Vikram, have you read it?
That's a good one. Yeah.
What's cool about that is I picked it up and I was carrying it around Powell's Books in Portland last year, and I was on the 3rd floor, and then an announcement came over the loudspeaker, and the author, because the book had just come out, was there doing a reading, and I was like, Jeremy. I like literally left that bookstore with like 4 books.
That place is dangerous.
It's very dangerous. I love that place. I love that place.
I got a very cool question. We have some scientific people in the party tonight. So, with Wickershire Project Off-Grid, I'm told powdery mildew comes in 2 types, forms multi-species of fungi. Some forms like wet, humid weather. Others need dry weather to spread spores. Any soil science on the board? Have more info. Well, I think powdery mildew is probably a generic term for a lot of mildew. It's like that. So, I mean, it's probably different species of like a fungus or mildew or whatever. But I think powdery mildew is just a generic term, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's like it's like not they're not all Kleenexes. They're tissues. You know, everybody calls them Kleenexes.
It depends on where it is.
There's about 5 different genera, like genuses that have powdery mildew, and a lot of species. So they thrive in different climates. I think most of them like a warm, moist environment. So like if you have a real dense canopy or you get a lot of rain or something, they'll tend to pop off. But there are a couple I think that do like drier climates. That's an interesting question.
Well, I know like when stuff will dry up if you water it, you know, if it's dried up completely and you hit it with some water, it does puff and spreads like it's completely dry, and you hit it, it puffs. That makes sense. That they would spread when they're dried out. Uh, Mr. Josh, would you like to do trivia? Would you like
I
to
would
do
love.
your?
Are you guys ready for trivia?
Dude,
Yeah.
I love it. I
All
love it.
right.
We got a good crew. I'm gonna filter through some questions while we're doing this and get some ready. Go ahead.
Okay. So Vikram, I've been doing some trivia where I bring either a plant or a fruit or something, and it's sort of like name that thing. So today is all about herbs and berries, and we got cuttings today. Today is cuttings. So we have different. We're gonna start from easy to hard. Okay.
And if
And
y'all know it in the party, don't say it off the bat. Let everybody guess in the chat first.
All right. This one is so easy. As soon as I pull it, I'm going to read it before I pull it up because let's see if you can do it without even seeing it. This evergreen herb, often found in Mediterranean gardens, thrives in poor, well-drained soil and can live for decades if pruned regularly. Its needle-like leaves are packed with aromatic oils that flavor roasted meats, and historically it's been linked to memory and remembrance. What plant is it? Come on, this one's so easy.
All right, chat. What is it?
Everybody in the chat should have this one.
Someone said juniper.
Okay.
I don't think it's juniper, right?
No, it's way too aromatic. I mean, juniper is pretty aromatic, but this is
Are they
sort of
related?
Jacob got it.
I think Jacob
There you
got
go.
it.
Yeah.
I love how
Got it. Oh,
sticky.
Christine K got it.
It's so. Anybody know why it's so sticky? Like, you ever touch the end of rosemary and it's got like
They are sticky.
They are pretty sticky. I love the smell though.
Picture of
I like
Provence,
both.
France, and it was just growing out in the wild there, and it was so
It's
amazing
crazy.
to see.
I have rosemary,
Why is it
and
sticky?
Just
Well,
some of
I
the
wanna
sap that's in the leaves.
It's just that type of slap.
All right, that was the easy one. It's gonna get harder.
Can I throw out a fun factoid right now that I tell my
Please,
students?
Yeah.
please
Quick.
do.
So one of my favorite things to do with rosemary, especially if you have an old plant. So we have one in the garden at Tech the botanical garden at Tech, that's probably 15 years old, and it's in a raised bed. And we have hacked the hell out of this thing for classes, doing propagation and stuff, and it just doesn't care. It keeps coming back. And we get down to like -3, -5 here. So it's in a raised bed, and it's super cold hardy. I don't even know what varieties. It's been there forever. I like to take branches about that long, 8 inches long, something like that, and strip all the leaves off, dry them, dry the branches, and use them as skewers, and throw them on the grill. And as the wood burns, it infuses whatever you're cooking with this, like fairly subtle smoky rosemary flavor, and it's dope. That's my favorite way to use that. You can actually use the flexible ones too, and tie it in a round, like do a round kebab and just throw it on the grill, and it'll burn up, and it's just
That's a video. That's
Fun
a video
fact
right there,
also,
dude.
guys, it is one of the easiest herbs to propagate in water. Strip the leaves off the bottom, leave a few at the top, and put it in some water endlessly and root it. And then I literally have done this all season long. I've just been sticking them in the ground, and they grow pretty slowly once they're in the ground, but they're getting bigger and bigger, and they're perennial, so they'll keep coming back. I love to propagate it.
It's the only one I keep alive.
We got three good videos right out of that, y'all.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
That sounds like a cool idea.
All right, this next one's a little bit harder, but this one is a vibrant perennial beloved by hummingbirds for its bright red tubular flowers, and by humans for leaves that smell uncannily like tropical fruit. Often used in fresh teas, desserts, salads. It's a member of the mint family despite having a fruity aroma. What plant is this? I might eat one of the leaves, actually. It's so good.
I know.
What is it, guys?
I probably wouldn't eat it, but
you probably wouldn't eat
it. Chat's being quiet. Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I don't know if I would.
Give him a minute. Someone says hibiscus.
Wait, with hibiscus roselle?
It's not hibiscus.
No.
Yeah,
I do know what it is.
Is it Thai basil or is it
It's sweet and it's got tubular red flowers and sort of fuzzy on the stem. All right, Des, come on. Drop it.
Pineapple sage, guys. I think it's pineapple sage.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
I told you they would get harder. That's a
I
great
like this game.
hummingbird. They can get 4 to 5 feet tall. They get really tall.
Oh yeah.
They do get pretty tall.
Yeah. All right. This one's sort of easy. You guys are probably going to guess this one. All right. This hardy perennial thrives in sunny, dry conditions and prized for its fragrant purple flower spikes, which are used in everything from sachets. I don't know
Yeah,
what
sachet. Yeah,
sachets.
More
sachet.
French. More French.
To baked goods. Historically valued for its calming scent and antiseptic properties, it's a staple in both cottage gardens and Mediterranean landscapes. What plant is it?
The chat has it.
But what specifically is it? Which specifically is it though?
I mean,
What do you mean?
that's about as specific
It's
as I would
lavender.
get.
Well, there's like English lavender, there's French. There's a bunch of different. My dad can take care of. Like he's not like my thing is overwater lavender and I kill it. You want to leave lavender alone and it does great. But that's my
Small
dad.
flowers
It's,
are
yeah, small ones are the
English, right?
English ones, right? Yes, yes.
The smaller, like little flowers are the English lavender, and I think that's the French lavender, right?
I think
Yeah,
this
and
one's
then-
French.
Yeah,
and,
that's
and then
French.
some of the spikes get like I don't know why my camera just went away.
I am terrible.
We're back.
Fun fact: I'm terrible at growing lavender.
Me too.
It's poisonous
I
to
wish I
cats,
were not.
so be cautious around cats if you're a cat lover like me.
I'm gonna send you this, Josh, to pull up because I have a cool little one we can show after this. It's kind of a
Okay.
combo of a couple of ones, but I'm gonna send it to you in a second.
Okay. All right. This one's a little bit tougher. This tall, sun-loving herb has
Ooh.
a slender, bright green leaves that release an intense citrus scent when crushed, commonly used to flavor teas, syrups, and desserts. It was a Victorian garden favorite and is still prized for its uplifting aroma. What plant is it?
Oh, I have two guesses.
I'm gonna keep giving more hints until people get it, but it is named after my favorite citrus to grow,
Mm-hmm.
and it smells very citrusy. In fact, this scent is really common in L'Occitane products if you use L'Occitane soap.
Does it have a flower?
I don't know. That's a really good question. I haven't seen it flower yet.
Okay, well, I think
some folks got it.
I think the chat's got it. I think that's what I thought it was
No,
too. I was
it's not.
gonna
It's-
No,
say,
really.
It is
Is
lemon
it-
verbena.
yeah, that was my second
Oh,
guess.
okay. Are the leaves rough on that?
They are. They're like
Yeah, okay.
almost like
Yeah.
a cat's tongue.
Like a
on the
cat's
top.
tongue, right?
That's exactly it. Yes. Very rough.
Lantana and verbena tend to have like a rough leaf.
Yeah, they do.
And that's a real like key character, like identification characteristic. That's interesting. I don't know that I've seen
was
that one
gonna be
before.
that was my second guess. Lemon balm bergamot was gonna be like my first one, but lemon verbena makes sense.
Lemon verbena.
it's like,
but lemon
does it
balm
have a
it smells
flower?
just like lemon balm to me. Very similar.
Wow.
All right, so we'll take a break there. That was the herbs. I have 4 berries, but Destin, you said you had an herb you wanted to throw in the mix.
Yeah,
You
I'm,
ready
well,
for
it's so I saw it for the first time at TNLA and I've never seen it and I actually cannot pull a picture of it up because it is like trademarked and like developed by this wholesale nursery called Mountain State Wholesale Nursery out of Arizona, but it is called Hypnotic Blue Salvia.
Oh yeah.
It is
Ooh,
it's a
yeah.
new
Good one.
it's a new variety of like salvia that I've not seen before, and the leaves almost look like lavender the way they kind of pop up. It's very interesting looking. The picture I took doesn't do it justice, but like they look. Yeah, I think y'all might be. This is the first time I've ever seen this one, and I'm googling it, and you can't even find it on Google. Like I'm not even finding it online. I think it's
said-
brand new.
It's got to be because
No,
like
it's-
most of what it pulls up is like New Dimension, Indigo Spires, Mystic Spires, that kind of stuff.
I'm trying to
Who'd you
find
say
it.
made that? Mountain State?
Mountain State Wholesale Nursery out of Arizona. They had some cool stuff at their booth. They had a really cool booth.
Mountain State's a great company.
Yes, they were really cool. I cannot find it on when you type in the mountain, the hypnotic blue, it pulls up a bunch of other stuff.
It must
Yeah,
be a
it's like
brand new one.
MS.
They must have just trademarked that.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's even got the patent number on here. Like it's MSWN Boyton 2. I'm guessing Boyton is like one of the guys who developed it or whatever. Maybe I don't know, but it's really cool looking. The flower looks like lavender. It's really neat looking. I'll send y'all what it looks like in the chat, but like it doesn't do it justice. But go with your next one, Josh. Go with your next one. Sorry.
All right,
Don't
who's
be
ready for
sorry.
berries? These are
Now,
Berries,
now I have
Bubba.
to ask: are these like actual botanical berries, or are they just things we call berries?
these are things that you will eat.
Mm.
Okay, I'll eat a lot of things. You would be shocked
Learn
at
that
what I
from
would
you,
eat.
Vikram.
You can eat
I wish
everything.
everybody could see Phil eat. This guy can put food away.
Yeah, that
He's a
jerk,
tank.
handsome Phil.
We were just.
Handsome
I was out
fit
to lunch
Phil.
with. My coworkers, and they actually got to witness it in person. I try not to like gross people out. Like let's be
Oh no,
polite.
it's.
But
It didn't gross
my
us
dad
out,
used to
but
like
it was
make me
just it's a
sandwiches
lot.
before dates and
I
stuff
was
in high
not
school, so I
grossed
wouldn't
out.
eat too much.
The veracity with which you enjoy your food is inspiring, to be honest.
I like drive
Dude,
by a Wendy's and gained 1.5 pounds.
Right. I look at food same.
Dude could eat a mustard sandwich. It looks like he would eat it. Like he's fine. Like
Yeah, but Phil, you also cook really well. Like you have good food
yes.
to eat. So there's a
Yes, he
difference there.
does.
You know what I mean?
He's super active.
All right.
As much as
Let's
you want. That's the
let's
deal.
let's start with an easy one. Everybody's gonna get this one.
Ready.
This berry producing shrub prefers acidic soil.
Oh.
Everybody should get it. They're celebrated for both its antioxidant rich fruit and its seasonal beauty. It's a summer harvest, deep blue, certain special varieties surprise growers with pink tinted leaves on the end for new growth, but before they turn green. So you do have to get some certain specialty varieties, which I have here, which have nice new pink growth. But what's interesting is that the berry is not technically blue, despite maybe what's in its name. It's actually a different color. That's sort of a misnomer. But everybody got it in the chat.
Yeah.
Crunch berries.
Bloobs. Crunch berries. Crunch.
Crunch berries. Do y'all remember maybe 2 years ago? I don't remember. I think 2 years ago, there was this viral video going around where this woman was like, I have this blueberry plant and there's mint growing off of it. And she shows her blueberry and there's like just leaves that are a little different coming off of it. She's like, no, it smells just like mint. Blah, blah. And everyone was like, you've got some hybrid. And I made a video saying, that's not how any of this works. Like, that's not a thing. And people were so mad at me, y'all. Like,
Oh,
so mad at me.
the
I was
internet.
just like,
Vikram, what's the craziest video that you've like dispelled from the myth since? Because I've watched some of
oh
your
my God.
videos, and I was like, he's hitting
Tiramisu.
all the good ones. What's the most crazy one that you've brought up for people?
Oh gosh, I gotta think. The one that gets me all the time is where they'll take like, okay, I think my favorite weird one is they get like an apple and
Oh my
they'll put like
God.
toothpaste on one end and they'll put it in a pot and then crack eggs into it and water it with
Yeah.
Coke. And then they get
Yeah.
like an adenium and like they just grab
They'll just
whatever weird
stick it in there.
leaves they have and stick it on there and then like tape apples on and then have this like crappy AI picture at the end of like an apple tree. And I'm just like, and then stuff where they'll take like half a kiwi and half a banana or like half an apple and half an orange and just like zip tie them together and plant them and then get like there's so much weird crap out there, y'all.
What about the one where they like take an apple and then they like shove a rose bush stem in it? Like it's like
Pretty
a
good.
Yeah.
rose from the store and they shove it in there and then they're like, oh, rose bush. And you're like, it's a different variety of rose altogether, you liars. It does not work.
By now I've kind of learned that like they're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on
Oh
purpose to
yeah,
get
yeah.
views.
Rage
Yeah.
bait.
Like
It's rage
And
bait.
it
Yeah.
worked. It goes
It's
viral
targeted at
every
us.
time.
yeah,
It's
Yeah.
rage bait and it's fetish content. Like
We're
I
the
don't know
target
how you
audience.
say that on here, but like if you really start watching it, 5 minutes crafts, is fetish
Oh,
content.
can't do it. It is actually, if you
Like
really
they've
think
done a
about
big
it.
expose on that. Like there was a creator on here on TikTok that did a big thing about it. And like next time you watch one of their videos, just look real close. There's a lot of like goopy stuff and a lot of
Yeah,
feet,
and
and it's
feet.
super
There's a lot
weird.
of feet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
mean,
caught the feet a
if you
long
really
time
do,
ago.
Uh-oh.
if you really do, if you really do your research, they share a lot of the sets, you know. So like, it's
Yeah.
on certain other videos, same video quality as well. Um, but
Oh
I
no!
posted I posted the video of the cicada the other day just to piss people off, and like I posted we got back from our bike ride, and we heard this thing on the ground. I was going, and I was like, what the hell
Oh,
is
people are
that?
losing
And
their
I
minds,
looked down, and
man.
it was going like that, and I was like, I obviously know it's a cicada. But I did a quick little video, and it just took 10 seconds. So I was like, boom, post. I was like, what is this demonic thing? And they're like,
Yeah,
we're gonna revoke your Texas status if you don't even know what a cicada is. I'm like,
yeah,
please keep commenting things like this. This is great.
Oh,
Like
just
obviously
yeah.
making
you
you
I
know
famous.
this.
participated in that. I was
Yes,
like,
you
"That's
did.
a cicada,
Like ask Josh knows
guys."
it.
It's really easy.
Josh taught me this. Open-ended questions, call for engagement, call for action.
That's the key. You put up what plant is this, and man, people just they want to give their
People
opinion.
love naming your plants, Josh. You put it out there, and like Jenny,
Like-
Doug, Atticus, you're getting all the names.
Josh, to go back to your question, one of the most frustrating people I find on social media, and I'm not going to say his name because he's got like a very large,
Destin.
rabid following, when I describe him to you, you'll know who I'm talking about. He wears a white t-shirt in every video. He's got long, curly black hair, and he like moves around constantly.
Oh,
He's
Oh,
muting
I know who
himself.
you're talking
And he's
about.
like, did you
oh,
know that you can get seeds out of cucumber? It's like, yeah, bro,
yeah,
like
man.
obviously. But like his
I know
nonsense
exactly what you
is
mean.
just plausible enough. He
It
makes it,
is.
he's smart. He makes his videos in a way that they're just plausible enough. And they're nonsense. Like it's not real stuff. That people believe it. And he sold hundreds of thousands of copies of his book. He
Yeah,
has like 10 million followers across platforms.
yeah,
Like he's making a ton of money off
yeah,
of this like weaponized nonsense.
And he
yeah,
knows how to
And
edit a video well because they're
he's
fast.
yeah,
Yes. It's the
you
guy
know
who
you
looks like
get
Juan Manuel Miranda, right?
yes,
yeah.
I like to say he's my Wario. Like he's my Waluigi. Like I just
Sorry, that one got me.
he's like Bizarro version of the plant prof, and it just drives me crazy.
You need to go follow the chocolate botanist. I recently met him, and he does that where he'll dispel that guy's videos. He'll pull
I
his
love him.
video up.
He's great.
Yeah. I ran into him at a plant shop opening and saw him video. I was like, do you do social media? He's like, yeah, me too. So we shot a video together. And
Right.
ever since, I just laugh at all his videos.
He's
'Cause
great.
he
I
does
love
that.
his stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. All right, we ready to get back to berries? We're almost done. With
Yeah,
the
sorry.
trivia. No,
Very
this is
good.
good. That's what this is for. All right, this one's a little bit tougher. I'm going to be honest. I don't think anybody here is going to get this. So let that be a challenge for you. This resilient shrub from East Asia produces a fragrant spring flower that gives way to small, red, silver speckled berries high in lycopene. It can fix nitrogen in the soil, making it a great companion plant. And its fruit ripens early, often before strawberries. I just got this plant this year and planted. It's taken off from Edible Landscaping in Virginia.
Where's it?
Does well in my zone.
Where's it
Something's
native
been
to?
nibbling on it too.
Yeah, something's been. But what's cool
Where's
is
it
the
from?
other side.
Yeah, where's it from?
Edible Landscaping is my favorite
No,
plant
no.
place. Oh,
What
Asia.
continent?
East Asia.
Okay, East Asia.
Yeah, think of a small red berry with the key is silver speckled small red berry. If you search that, autumn olive is close. It actually looks a lot like autumn olive, but I think autumn olives are more elongated, and these berries are more rounded.
Is it Alegnus? Is it? Because that
It looks like an
Alegnus is
Elaeagnus.
silverberry, right? Yeah, it looks because silverberry is Alegnus, right?
Silverberry. Yeah, I think
It's
so.
not
But
a
this is
goji berry, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
no, but
silverberry.
it sounds a
Silverberries
lot
aren't
like.
edible though.
I think Adventures with Me and
Oh,
Nailed
I
it.
think
Oh,
Adventures got it. Is
Yumi.
that it?
Gooey
There was no
berry.
time where he
Gooey berry.
definitely
A
Googled it.
goomy
He
berry.
definitely Googled it. He definitely Googled it.
And you can't see it, but it's even speckled on the stem a little bit. It's got little like
Yeah.
silver. It's the coolest and silver underside, and it's semi-evergreen in our area, so it'll hold most of its leaves throughout the entire winter. It's a pretty cool plant.
Autumn
That's
How
almost
does
really
it
really is a
taste?
good
How do
guess,
the
though.
berries taste?
I don't know. I haven't tasted them yet. I just got it, so we're gonna find out.
What?
It's supposedly like cranberries, is what I've read.
Huh.
When you said
Oh,
it
they
was
look like-
East
they look
Asia,
like
before you said
cherries.
East Asia, I was going to say lingonberry.
Oh yeah, that would have been a
The
good
Oh,
one.
so
Swedish fish
it is
berry.
an Eleagnus.
Is it?
Okay.
Oh, cool. So it looks
It's
like
a
a
cool
cross between a strawberry and a cherry. Like it looks
You-
very interesting.
Exactly. You could grow that down in Texas, I bet.
Yeah, I bet so.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
It's a cute one. All right, this one everybody should know. It's a fast-growing shrub. It does really well in wet soil. You could say it's a small tree. I'm more thinking that it's not. More of a bush for me. Tiny, white, fragrant flowers in the spring, which are edible, and some people fry the white flowers, which is pretty cool. But it turns into deep purple black berries in late summer, which were really popular during COVID to use in a syrup early on before they knew that it wasn't as effective.
Caution, though. Caution,
Wow.
don't eat the skin.
Good get. That was a good hit.
While its raw fruit can be toxic, once cooked, it's prized for syrups, jams, and immune-boosting remedies. I made 3 gallons of wine from mine, and it was the worst wine I've ever made.
That sucks.
So, it had, and what I found is that it created this green residue around all my winemaking equipment, which was a real pain to clean. But I think that people are getting it in the chat here.
Yeah,
Oh, I see it.
yeah.
We
Yeah,
got
I
2
actually
right
thought
answers.
I thought I was gonna die after eating a couple of these. I was
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
I was driving back from Jorge's and I was like, oh, I'm gonna get called for poison control.
COVID, the hydroxychloroquine.
What kind of yeast did you use when you pitched it into your wine?
I just some standard wine yeast. All my other batches were
Oh,
great.
Lord.
Plum wine, lemon wine. I made muscadine wine that year. It was
Ooh.
great. But
I used
So
to
I like
do
muscadine
champagne
wine.
yeast.
An elderberry,
to-
guys.
Elderberry.
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 All right, last one,
Elderberry.
and this is sort of tough. I'm not sure you guys are gonna get this one either. I'm gonna be honest. This
The other
hardy
one was
native.
tough.
I know this hardy native vine bears intricate fringed purple and white flowers that look almost tropical.
Oh.
Wait a minute. No. Wrong one.
I was saying, I know that
That
one.
one's
I know
easy.
that
Stand
one.
by.
I was gonna be like,
Stand
wait, what?
by. This I'm reading one from
Filthy
earlier.
with those. What?
Jeez, oh Pete's. This is,
Elderberry cheesecake ice cream. Mm.
hold your
Elderberry.
stand by. Okay, I'm just gonna wing it. We're not gonna use a script for this one. So this is of the apple
good.
family.
Bites.
And in fact, it grows a lot and is shaped a lot like apples, but it actually produces small, red, probably 1-inch fruits. Now, they're not quite berryish because they're a bit gritty on the inside. It has some intense thorning
There's some nasty
going
thorns.
on.
Yeah, bad.
Really nasty thorns. I grew this from a seedling, and it's a very popular ingredient for a red jelly grown mainly in Georgia. Very popular, and it sort of sounds very country, the name of it.
I know this
So
one. I know this one.
Uh,
I know this one.
Of a
There's
red
a-
fruit. Like you might yell something like this as you go down a country road on some gravel.
And there's an Eastern and a Western version of this too.
Yes.
And I bought the wrong one and it died almost immediately.
No.
Oh no.
It's actually, I think, related to a hawthorn, but it's not a hawthorn. And it's
I'm
not
not
a
sure.
maypop, which is what I was reading before, but it starts with the word May. It's a mayhaw.
Mayhaw.
A mayhaw.
Mayhaw.
I did not know that one.
I did-
Mayhaw. Look up
I've
mayhaw.
never heard of mayhaw.
Look it
Yeah,
up.
it's
They
cool.
look a little bit like a cherry, like if you crossed a cherry and a crab apple. Like
Okay. I was gonna
that's
kinda
guess
what the
crab
fruit looks
apple
like.
at first.
And that ends
Whoa.
trivia for tonight. Thank you all.
That was
Great
awesome.
job, Josh.
Thank you.
Great job is also.
Good
Do, do,
round.
the, do,
There you
do,
go. That's awesome.
do the fruits have a pit, like a seed in them?
I
Like a
think they
cherry?
do.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
I
a
haven't
fruit?
gotten
those
fruit
guys.
off
That
of it
is a
yet.
fruit.
Throw this up there on the screen. The mayhaw. That's pretty cool. It
The
almost
flower's
even
pretty too.
They almost look like little
a little
cranberry, like little
pomegranate.
pomegranates almost.
Yeah, a little
The way
Yeah,
pomegranate.
they look like little apples.
the little nipple at the bottom.
For lack of a better word, I suppose.
Mayhaw nipple.
Any other
Yeah.
word?
Man, look at them
Any other
nipples.
word?
Mayhaw. Sorry. This is here we've devolved into.
Oh, look at that little
my
belly
God.
button
Look
on it. You know?
That belly looks delicious,
Mayhaw.
actually. It's like
Baby, the peduncle, the lenticle.
Yeah, that is
And these are all
100%
plants.
not the jelly that they made from. That's not the way the jelly looks. I'm sure that's like pectin and Vaseline they use for the ad. You ever seen those videos where you ever seen like the videos where they show you like what they really use like in commercials? Like the pizzas are like made out of like plastic and like it's never actually the real product. It's just like some fake made
fake
thing,
news.
for the commercial. It's so weird.
You know, the
wow,
fruit
look
kind of
at
looks
that.
like a little
It's
pomegranate to
beautiful.
me.
Mm-hmm.
I want
Those
to see
little
one cut
pomegranate
open.
It does. That's what I was gonna say. It looks like that.
Mayhaw.
Mayhaw.
And those are all things
Meow.
I took cuttings from right before 10 minutes before the show. I was like, I don't know what to do today. Let's go take some cuttings.
That was great,
have
actually.
so
I
much growing in your
really
house. It's insane.
feel like that was fantastic.
Just walk around and like, oh, what haven't we talked about yet? I got
Uh,
several hundred, so it's a lot out there.
I gotta be.
Oh,
I
so-
lost so much in the drought the last 2 years in Austin. I really lost
rough.
a lot of my perennials. My pollinator garden is it's a I don't know, a shade of itself. I was telling my husband like 2 days ago, I was like, we got to do something about the pollinator garden. It looks terrible. So I'm going to be doing an overhaul this winter of it, actually. So that way we can have
Wish
some
we
more
could send
fun.
you some of our water because we have so much. It's like
Ugh.
you can smell it in the ocean. The ocean's got like lower salinity now.
Our
Oh, that's
lakes
interesting.
Lake Travis is
Mhm.
100% full, and it has not been that full in like I don't know, half a decade, maybe like 6 years, something like that.
That's good.
Well, y'all
So we're
got
doing
y'all got
great there.
hammered in the whole country. A
We
few
did.
weeks ago.
Yeah.
But we need some more rain. We just need a few days. Keep my stuff
When it rains, it pours. So
literally.
I was going to ask Vikram about this. So like I did post that picture this past week of I had that black light flashlight, and I usually when I go out to take my dog to go to the bathroom, it's actually cool. It's from Olight, and it's got a little switch, and you can go regular light. It's got a laser, and it's got a UV light, and so I can take my dog out, check for possums, and also check my peppers and tomatoes, and it's pretty cool to see what glows under black lights in your backyard. It's really interesting. But I walked by my bell peppers and I noticed they were glowing blue, and I couldn't figure out why that was going on. I looked up one thing and it said that like yeah, there's something in like the capsaicin or whatever, but then it was saying like the sweeter peppers glow blue under the black light. It was weird, but y'all never seen.
That's
I've never seen
interesting.
it before.
I've
Never
never
seen it
even
before.
thought to like. I'm gonna have to try that because that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did you film it? Because I got a pair of those lights and it was so weak that it didn't show up on my camera.
Really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yours
I-
must
I-
be super bright.
I turned the flash off of even the internal flash on the light so that it just caught the UV. And I did buy like the brightest UV like flashlight they have because me and my wife were fighting over who gets to hold it out in the backyard. So like I bought a bigger one. So I was like, hey, you can take the little one, I'll take the big one. But like even the UV light doesn't like shine super bright. But like the big one I have is like the range is further on it now, and you can see stuff glowing. But
Mm.
it's very very interesting.
That's pretty cool.
But,
Hmm.
but yeah, I would recommend y'all trying that out. I was really interested in that.
Wickershire has a question over here for Vikram, we'll say.
Oh, okay.
Besides willow water, what other homemade rooting hormones can you use? Any truth to honey or cinnamon?
Okay, so you know what's really interesting is I'm gonna give you a little bit of context for this. So I read like 6 papers about this today. like 3 hours ago, because
wow.
I've decided I'm going to take a little bit of a different track on some of these like plant hack videos, like the 5-minute craft videos, instead
Yeah.
of just, crashing out about them on the internet,
Real quick, when you
like
say papers, you mean like published journals?
journal
Got it.
articles. I read like
Journal
6
Oh,
journal
articles.
nice.
articles. I'm such a
Yeah,
freaking nerd,
Google
dude.
Scholar, find
Uh,
them. Got it.
yeah.
Nerdy as well.
And so I read a bunch of papers about this because I watched a 5-minute crafts video, and I'm going to post a video about this in a couple of days once I finish doing a little more research. About like there's so many of these where they'll take like an aloe vera cutting and stick a rose in it, like a rose flower in it, and plant it, and they're like, here's a new rose bush. And that's not, I mean, that's not really how it works. But I read a paper where they were trying a new methodology looking at what's actually in aloe vera gel.
Hmm.
And they found that abscisic acid, which is a plant defense hormone, it causes leaf drop, some other stuff, drought
Yeah.
tolerance, is the highest. There's the most abscisic acid. But then the next one down was indolacetic acid, which is an auxin. That's essentially your rooting hormone. The form you buy at the store is called IBA. It's indole 3 butyric acid. Which is actually a natural one that's easier to synthesize than IAA. But they were looking at it, and actually, aloe vera gel does contain a fair amount of indolacetic acid, which is essentially a rooting hormone. Now,
Mm.
it's not at a high enough concentration that if you just like gooped on some aloe vera gel to your plants, it would probably make a huge difference. But if you distill it down and dry it out and like, refine it a little bit, and then re-wet it, you actually can get a pretty decent like organic natural rooting hormone. Honey is not a true rooting hormone, just looking at the question. But it is antimicrobial.
Mm-hmm.
Honey doesn't like go bad, really. It's antifungal, antibacterial, antimicrobial.
It does attract
So
ants.
it does. That's how you get ants. Do you want ants? That's how you get ants.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it can help protect your cutting from fungus
Mm-hmm.
as you're rooting it. So that is one potential benefit. Excuse me. Cinnamon is a similar thing, right? It doesn't really have any uh, like rooting hormones in it, but it can
Mm-hmm.
increase your rooting percentage because it prevents against like disease and damping off and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Um,
Damping off being mold growing on your young tender seedlings, by the way.
right. I'm happy to report that bananas did not work because they tested it, and I was thrilled to see
Thank
that because that's
God.
kind of my whole deal.
I thought that if you step in the bananas with your feet and you mush them down, that there's
Yeah, you really got to get in there. You really got to
Yeah.
get in there.
I think I saw that on
Uh, it-
5-minute crafts.
It doesn't matter what you say, Vikram, because like, oh, you didn't use this type of banana, and you didn't use distilled water. You got to add a pinch of salt. You got to stir clockwise. Like, it doesn't matter
It's
what
got to
you do
be
or what you
an
say.
organic banana.
But I mean, the real fact of
Harvested
the matter
on
is
the
you
full
don't have,
moon.
you don't have to use any rooting hormone if you don't want. I know plenty of people that don't use any rooting hormone.
Yeah.
People that ask me about aloe and honey, rooting powder is super cheap. It's not super expensive at all. I mean, if you get up into like some of the Clonex and stuff, yeah, that's more expensive. They use that like in the canna industry. I don't really use that. I use the powder and it's pretty cost efficient. If you go using honey, honey is really expensive. So if you
Honey's
want to have
expensive.
just
Yeah.
honey for like propagating, go ahead. But like, I think the rooting powder for like the price and efficiency, I think a rooting powder lasts you a long time.
And it's
Mhm.
safe. I think that, it's a safe because again, it is a natural plant compound. It's just easier to synthesize. And
Right.
so that IBA, indole acid, is really very safe from a plant standpoint, from a human health standpoint, all that. And so like I know people don't like to use the issue sometimes is if people are trying to do like organic liners, right? Organic
Mhm.
propagation of plants, because it is, even though it's naturally derived, a synthetic chemical, it can't be used in certified organic production. So if you
Oh,
have
really?
USDA,
really.
yeah. So if you have a USDA organic
Yeah.
plants, whatever, you're not allowed to use IBA. So there's other options for that. You have to use other stuff, which is where some of this research comes from. There have been actually about a lot of papers. I think I pulled up maybe like 50 papers in the last 5 years about this, because I think the pressure on the industry to be organic, certified organic, is really increasing globally,
Oh,
uh, definitely domestically. And so people are looking for other ways to do it. Um, but like for most of us, like us home gardeners, um, I would just buy the rooting powder. Like again, it's cheap,
Yeah.
it's effective, it works great, it's safe, and it's going to do what you want it to do.
right.
Are there
From a
some? Do
fig
you
from
know
a
any?
fig perspective, oh sorry. I was gonna
No,
say
no,
if you
go,
do
go,
use
go.
Clonex, I use a little paintbrush. Like I steal my kid's paintbrush and I dab it on because you don't want to oversaturate it. It'll rot for sure. Like anything too wet. So all you need to do is just and I score the bark a little bit and I just brush it on there. Or if I use the dip and grow, I'm okay dunking it in that. But that is like if you're doing it at scale. Like if I have 200 cuttings, then I would use dip and grow because you can just like boom, go, boom, go. Otherwise, because you have to dilute it.
Well, and I would say probably on the propagation side, rather than worrying about what rooting hormone you're using, tips like what Phil does with that tape, where you seal the end of the cutting, is way
Yeah.
more beneficial than any rooting hormone, because if the tip starts to dry out, it is a dead cutting. Like if the tip it stays moist and it's locking that moisture in, you're gonna have a way better success rate. Like you can use
And
no hormone and use that tape and you're good.
And that parlays into like I have cuttings like my Italian 258. Sometimes it took like 4 months just for it to even root. And so if you're hedging yourself in like a safe climate environment, it's giving yourself the time and space for it to actually last that long, that it doesn't rot out on you and actually root. So doing some of those methods like using the parafilm that stretches around it, because parafilm will stretch, it breaks down in UV light, and so it's just kind of like a tool for you to encourage the growth of the plant if you've messed with it a little bit. And then also your rooting mediums, getting that Goldilocks zone. Everything's like finding the
So
Goldilocks
important.
zone.
So
Yeah.
I stole that hack from you after you spoke last year at that event we met at. What was that, Figapalooza or
Big
something?
Palooza. It's happening
Yeah.
again, September
Yeah.
6th.
So yeah, and you talked about only doing the tip, and I had previously been doing the whole thing, and I did notice increased rotting down at the soil line where the parafilm met at the cutting. So I did another few cuttings this year where I just did the tip and I didn't have that problem. So that was a good
Yeah.
hack where you don't need to go all the way down.
Awesome.
I
I
do like
learned
maybe
another
half
cool
an instrument.
propagation
That's about it.
chemical. And I guess, and Vikram, I pick your brain on this. It was called auxin, and it's in the tips of the branches, like the highest branches with the terminal buds at the top of fig trees actually have the highest amounts of auxin in them. So if you really want to have a higher success rate, pick cuttings from the top of the fig tree there that'll actually grow for you more aggressively.
Yeah, so like indole acetic acid, our rooting hormones, are auxins. That's what we're getting them from. So basically, they're produced in the terminal buds, the end bud in every stem. So the most is up at the top. So it controls upward growth and cell elongation, but it also controls rooting. Okay, so it's produced in the buds, both the terminal and the lateral buds, and it flows down through the phloem with gravity towards the ground. Right,
Right.
wherever it accumulates, it instigates root formation. So in a plant that's in the ground, it goes all the way down through the vascular system to the farthest roots and causes those roots to mine out into the soil. But when you take your cutting, all of that auxin is still produced in the tip and it flows down the phloem and accumulates at your cut point. It has nowhere to go. And the plant doesn't know what else to do with it except to produce roots wherever it accumulates. And so that's the whole thing we're doing, right? We are tricking the plant into thinking this is where the auxin ends, this is where I need roots. And auxin is broken down with sunlight. So that's why when we take our cuttings and put them underground, it accumulates, it develops roots. But the top parts that are in the sun, it breaks down. So we're not going to get roots forming in the above ground portions of our plants in general. There are some exceptions to that, but in general. At really high rates and different forms of auxins, you get herbicides, 2,4-D, dicamba, several other really potent broadleaf herbicides are auxin type herbicides. They're just different forms of this plant chemical, this plant hormone called auxin.
Oh wow.
Naphthalene, acetic acid, two or three others, 2,4-dichloro, whatever. It doesn't matter.
So you mean
To
if they
answer,
find this auxin and they take a derivative of it, they create a derivative and then they can apply that as an herbicide?
So
Ah.
essentially they spray it on the plant. The plant doesn't know how to grow, and it like sort of grows itself to death. So you get these weird leaf formations, you get breakdowns of cell division and things in the plant at really, really high rates. And so like with 2,4-D, for example, we get what we call strapping, and your leaves will look sort of really long and drawn out. You'll see all the veins in them, like really like they'll turn white. You get these long drawn out leaves
Mm-hmm.
because the leaf doesn't know how to grow anymore. With dicamba, you get cupping. So the leaves will sort of cup like this because it changes the way it grows. So depending on the formulation, biochemistry of it, and depending on the rate. So even if you took like a natural plant hormone auxin and like really concentrated it and sprayed it at a high rate, it would actually cause damage to the plant.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, the plant doesn't know how to process it. It knows how to process it at certain rates and concentrations. So yeah, auxins are incredible. They cause what we call heliotropism. So plants turning towards the sun like a young sunflower.
Yeah.
Once that flower opens, it sort of locks into place and they kind of stay put. But a young sunflower will sort of do this. And that's because whichever side the sun is on is breaking down the auxin. But on the dark side, those cells are elongating. So the stem starts to curl. And then when the sun's over here, it breaks down the auxin here. Those cells stay put and they elongate on the other side. So you'll get a stem doing this just based on where the sun is in the sky.
And that's how it does it by applying. So the solar exposure of the auxin helps it vacillate towards the sun.
Yep.
And on the topic of dicamba, was it not banned in 2024 for its ability
Also,
to like drift,
it's in certain purposes,
or is it
because
just like certain
certain
kind?
certain
applications.
formulations.
Because
Yeah,
So-
we,
that's what
we,
I
we
meant.
use dicamba in one of ours.
Yeah,
So both 2,4-D and dicamba have a lot of vapor drift.
right.
Like glyphosate,
Yeah, yeah.
wherever it hits, it stays, right? It doesn't move.
Mhm.
It doesn't volatilize. It doesn't do a lot of things. 2,4-D dicamba, most auxin type herbicides will volatilize in the sun, and then
Mhm.
you get like you can get damage miles away because it
Right.
just kind of floats. The
Yeah.
vapors float. So some of the companies producing it have some new technologies that keep it from drifting or keep it from
Mhm.
drifting as much. And so the older type dicambas and 2,4-Ds, some of them have been banned, but they're still using it. Like we have Roundup Ready and 2,4-D dicamba ready cotton up here. So they just spray
Yeah,
over the
right.
top to kill different things. And without some of those technologies like garden plants, orchards, whatever, we have a lot of grapes up here, which actually led to a
Mhm.
lot of that because vineyards are so high value.
Yeah.
So there's a lot there, for sure. But it's all
It's
just
a
like
it's if you Google it, you get like a simple answer, but it's a lot more complicated.
it's
Um,
complicated.
yeah, because that was when I first heard about dicamba. It's in one of our products. The first thing you do is Google, and it says like all the negative stuff and like certain ag. It's just I mean, you look a little further, it's pretty complicated. It's a little different and has a lot to do with application use and the right application as well.
For
Right.
sure.
I just didn't I didn't know if it was like the entire. I knew that one of like something about dicamba had been banned, but I wasn't sure exactly what it was. So,
Thanks in
So yeah,
certain
some of the older
industries in certain
technologies.
states. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, I wanted to start like a segment on this, and we can all contribute to this. But I wanted to like start as like maybe my own little segment. Like, what the hell is this? I go to a lot of nurseries and I see weird stuff growing. I've been looking at a lot of cactus places lately, and I've seen like where rats have like half eaten cactuses, and like afterwards they grow back really weird. And I actually bought one this past week. Josh, I sent you that photo. I don't know if you can pull it up. But I found a really cool cactus, and it's doing something really strange. And I want to see if Vikram, maybe you can explain what's going on here.
Destin, you're gonna have to give me a minute.
No,
I
I'm
got
sorry, dude.
technology issues trying to transfer it from
You're
my
good.
phone to my computer.
You're good, man. Sorry.
No,
No,
it's
but
just not
while he's
transferred
doing that,
yet.
I noticed that Destin, you got like a whole bunch of little cactus babies in, right?
I did. I bought 150 um, Astrophytum, Asterius, Super Kabutos, and I like Astrophytums. You get
Super
the cactus.
kabutos. They're cute.
Super
Kabutos.
Kabutos.
So what's funny is Astrophytums are all native to like Mexico, but they got taken to Japan and they like specialized all like the varieties. So this one looks like it had some rot like in the middle, and then it started pupping up little
Oh,
pups in the
weird.
middle coming out. I'll take a better picture, but you can see like in the middle where it had some damage and it started putting pups out through the middle of the cactus. And I didn't know until I started doing a little more research on them that cactuses grow from the inside out to the top. Like they're constantly like, you know, the squishy little balls you like at the aquarium, and like you squeeze them and they go up your hand, you know, those little tubes. That's kind of how
Yeah.
cactuses go. They go from the inside and they kind of spread out. So like this one's gonna have like weird growths on it now for like ever, I guess from like maybe cold damage or like or sun damage or something. But it's got like 3 or 4 individual little new Asterius is coming out of the middle of it. Um,
Hmm.
and
That's so weird.
I did. It's very cool. I'll send
That
some
is
better
weird.
pictures, but yeah.
I think
And
I
from
know.
now,
I think
go
I
ahead.
know what it is. I think it's this right here. I think that's what it is.
Dude, hey, send me that. That is a sticker. That is a sticker. I will get that sticker made tonight.
Oh my
I
god.
will send
Destin
that.
does not look like he wants to be in this band. He's like
Yeah, he
Dude,
looks
I
he
so
is
love it.
mad about
performing
it.
under duress.
He's focused on that
Oh,
guitar solo.
dude,
All right,
it's because I'm
I'll
so
send you
koozie, baby.
that.
Ugh,
That is a
I had
sticker.
that up.
That's so
Oh my,
funny.
that is hilarious, man. That is funny. To chat GPT is so much fun. That's why I got. I don't know if y'all saw the background from this episode. I was like, give me an oasis in the middle of a Texas desert with the Red Raiders shooting pistols at each other,
I
and that's
love
what they
it.
popped up. I was like, I love it.
That's
But yeah,
awesome.
no. For going forward, when y'all see something weird in like in your backyard in the garden or a nursery, send it in, and we'll start doing like a segment of like weird stuff we see in the garden. Because
That's
Yeah,
funny.
fun.
I like it.
Can we
yeah, but
call it the like X Files of Garden or something? Some play on that.
Yeah, that would be
we'll
fun.
we'll do like
Truth is out there.
yeah,
David
for
Duchovny.
sure. For sure. Well, cool guys.
Yeah.
We'll go ahead and close it out here shortly. Josh, what do you got going on? What you got coming up, man?
That's a great question. I got to protect my apples from squirrels. I got these new plastic
It's always with the
covers,
squirrel
and they're
slander.
totally working on my Asian pears. So now it's time to protect the apples before they get them all and eat them all, and then it's on to pineapple guavas. But one thing I've got going on, I've been working in my community garden. We got our fall festival coming up, so I've been doing like monthly workshops there, and that's been really fun. Like, I just want to encourage everybody to get out in your local community gardens, get involved. It's been something fun I've been doing through being a master gardener, and I've just met a lot of people that are like, hey, I grow this that works and this doesn't, and like talking to other people in my area about what's working and what's not, like, makes me feel less insane, because I watch a lot of videos online. It's like, why doesn't that work here? And everybody else, when they're like, oh yeah, that never works here, you can't grow that here, it just makes you feel better. So get out in your community gardens, get involved. That's my pitch and plug on that one.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love it.
My favorite thing is when people tell me you can't grow that here, because then I'll do it. I love when people tell me I
Challenge
can't do
accepted.
things. Oh my god! Well, awesome, Josh. Thank you as always, brother. Miss Des,
Yes.
what you got? College student, what's going on? What you got going on? What you got coming up? I'm going back to college.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that thing. It's gonna be awesome. And don't tell any of my professors, but I might sneak away to Washington or something for a week.
Don't
Take my
lie.
laptop with me.
That's not mine. Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. You can do it from anywhere.
Yeah. So we honestly, like I said, I am maintaining the yard or the garden right now, the yarden, as a matter of fact. I don't really have much growing on. My tomato plants are still actually producing a little bit. So I'm getting like a lot of cherry and grape tomatoes, and my, like my other standbys are they're looking sad, but when the temperatures cool back down, they're going to do fine and they'll start producing again. My peppers are going insane right now. I've got so many. I'm getting okra. It just looks like late summer garden. I got a ton of basil, and I've also started water propagating a lot of that stuff inside. So when the temperature drops, I can go and put it out there. And I'm just going to be removing a lot of like stuff that's spent out there. I've been doing that a little bit at a time and just sending it off to the city compost and the trash because it's got lots of pests. And then beyond that, yeah, just getting ready for school. Yeah, the yarden.
Back to school.
I
I
want to tell on myself a little bit and say that, first of all, my husband made fun of me because we're watching the new King of the Hill season, and
It's
I
good.
keep
It's really
laughing
good.
at Hank's. Yeah, it is. I keep laughing at Hank's grass jokes, and my husband thinks that that's ridiculous because I wasn't laughing at all. And then
Come
Hank
on.
made a joke. He was like, "They're talking about this St. Augustine is more lush than Bermuda, is lusher than Bermuda. We'll see about it." And I just like died laughing. But then I started looking at my grass, and I don't know what's wrong with me, but I was mismanaging it for a while. I was picking up the grass clippings too much. And so I starved my grass for nitrogen, and it just looks terrible. So I'm going to tell the internet about it, and I'm going to be laying some compost and some topsoil out there since I don't have a pup running around on it, and try to get it looking a little bit better. Because I do have some zombie grass out there that does really well. I don't even know. There's some Bermuda mixed with some St. Augustine that I think it might be the St. Augustine from hell or something, because once it gets going, it's going.
For me, as long
I'm
as
only
it's
talking
green,
about
I'm happy
grass.
about it.
Mine is
Phil,
not.
what are
If
you
you walk
doing?
across it, it crunches.
Phil, you cannot do that unless he's
He's
talking.
having fun. Look how happy he
Yes,
looks.
he can.
Destin.
I'm just.
He looks
I'm
so
thinking about
happy.
I'm trying about the audio listener.
Excuse
after
me.
This. I'm sorry.
But what? Excuse me. But what party do you go to and there's not music playing in the background?
I know. I'm sorry.
Serenading
Phil,
while I'm like,
Phil, I'm sorry for scolding you.
No,
What do you
I
got
didn't know it
going
was
What's
that
going
loud.
on, man?
Sorry.
What do you got going on? What do you got going on? What do you got coming up, man?
Yeah, what you got going
I
on?
have Fig Palooza coming up. I have had a little hiatus of posting stuff, so I need to get back into it because we had like so much rain. So I'm excited because like I had my early harvest of figs, and guess what? They taste good. But the heavy hitters have longer set times. We're talking Black Madeira, Figo Preto, Col de Dame, Italian 258, Genovese Nero, like these ones that are like that I virtually like grow figs for. And so I'm excited to see them start to ripen in the next few months and hopefully keep the squirrels at bay. Because right now my garden is on a reset. We still have some growing days left. So I'm going to be posting some more content on what else I grow because my watermelons and okra are kicking butt right now, and so is my basil. But I'm ready for round 2 tomatoes, round 2 cucumbers, and round 2 carrots. So all the other things you get to do in the fall. So I am
love that.
excited to get back into it, and I might post some food content on there because everyone seems to like what I produce. So
You should
do
definitely
it,
be doing some food
please.
stuff.
That could go
Yes.
viral, seriously.
Yeah, please.
I'll make some pesto, homemade pesto, my style.
Yes.
I'll show you guys.
Heck yes.
Vikram.
Here's the trick.
Here's
the trick.
And good.
The trick is pecorino cheese, walnuts, olive oil, basil, and some nice garlic. That's all you need. Keep it simple.
Beautiful. I already had dinner, but now I want to do that.
Yeah, it makes the quarter pounder I had for dinner sound terrible. There's only like 4 restaurants in the entire town of Kerrville, okay? And it was partially a gas station. Awesome, Phil. And Figtoberfest, October 4th. That's going to be awesome.
Yes.
Yes. We're working on that. So that's going to be amazing.
And we have food trucks coming.
Vikram, We do have food trucks.
Very cool.
I think we thought Vikram was gonna be there. I don't know if he's gonna be able to make it because you're going to like Virginia or something like the next day or whatever. You got a lot
Man,
going on.
I actually just realized we've got a Texas Nursery and Landscape event up here in Lubbock on October 1st and 2nd. And then we do a West Texas workshop up here, and we host a reception at the Gardens at Tech, and it's a lot of fun. But I didn't know when it was going to be till I was at TNLA last week, and they were like,
Oh
"Oh,
yeah.
it's October 1st and 2nd." I was like, "Oh." And then yeah, I have to be in
Well,
Virginia that next Monday, so we'll see. But
yeah.
I would like
I
to
didn't want to
come.
hang out with you. I didn't want to hang out with you anyway, Vikram. Okay, and
I know.
just make it easy. You're not invited to Fix-Fest. How about that? You're no
I don't
longer
want.
invited.
You can't fire
What?
me. I quit. Like,
Oh
Wait,
no!
who? It's a team effort to let him go, Destin. No, you're still invited.
Yeah,
We'll put it to a
it's like a
vote.
tribunal. Yeah.
we'll never
Oh
let
no,
go. We'll never let go,
no.
Vikram Jack.
We know we know you got a lot going on, and you got your family and everything too. So, but we appreciate it, man. But you can't make it. That's fine. I only
Well,
mad at you for 2 days. That's okay.
that's not
Yeah,
too bad.
2 days there.
I'm usually in more
But
trouble than that, so that's not bad. It's just
exactly. So, what else you got going on?
man, again, just kind of getting ready for the semester. We've got a field day coming up here at Texas Tech at the Botanical Gardens on September 20th. So if you're in the Lubbock area, come see us for that. The Saturday, September 20th. Um, cool stuff going on. We're doing some fundraising, have some cool plans to renovate some of the gardens and things like that. Uh, Personally, writing a textbook, a vegetable production textbook, which sounded like a very good idea when we started it. I've got a colleague that's working on it with me, and we'll get there probably.
You got this,
Um,
man.
That's a lot of work. I mean, that's got to
so
be
much
just
work.
tedious. And can you use
But
AI when you write that type of stuff, or is that
not
forbidden?
really. We can
Okay.
we have been using it just to like help us organize our thoughts and stuff like that. That is very useful. But in general, for the actual like writing, not really. Just for copyright and stuff like that. Uh, but I think it'll be very cool. We've got so recently over the past couple of months, both Destin and Phil were on Planthropology, my podcast, and I'm firing that back up in August, and I'm gonna have to get Des and Josh on sometime soon over the next, whether this fall or in the spring, sometime pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. That's coming out. Also, the other thing I was gonna say, and this is something that I think the listeners can help me with. I have a 5-acre peach orchard that doesn't have
Hmm.
peaches on it anymore
Hmm.
because the trees got old and we cut them all down.
Oh,
I had 500 trees and they
wow.
had kind of reached the end of their productive life, and we cleared them out. So what I think I'm going to do, and I'd love to hear some ideas going forward, is open it up to local growers, like for farmers
Mm.
market growers, if they need, 500 square feet of extra space that their backyard isn't, um, cutting it for their market needs, like uh, rent out little plots of land. But I'm also going to do it as a little trial orchard. So I'm going to
Mhm.
try some things that should grow here and some things that shouldn't grow here and just see how it does. So I'm going to do a lot of varieties of fig, pomegranate, persimmon, blackberry, raspberry, just whatever else I can come up with, and just plant 10, 20
Gummy
trees in every.
berries.
Yeah, sure. Uh, and just kind of play with it. So if there's species that, if you're in West Texas or in a drier, cooler climate, cooler winter climate of Texas, we're hot in the summer, that you'd like to know if they work, let me know. I may be able to get some out there, and just trying to, I don't know. I figure I don't want 500 peach trees again because oh my God, but
It's good
I
to
do
mix
want
it
to
up
try some
too.
different things.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to mix it up and have like a food forest rather than just a peach orchard. Kind of a
And
cool
and I think
idea.
I may do a half acre or acre of peaches again, try some different varieties, and sell some fresh, but mostly try to work with some of the local breweries and wineries to do a sour or a peach wine, small batch kind of stuff. So we'll see. Playing with ideas, but that's kind of what's coming up for me.
I'll be a taste tester on that. Definitely.
Amazing.
Awesome, dude. Well, always a pleasure having you on, man. We love having you on.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, dude, thank you. And it's last minute too, so thank you for hopping in, dude. This time next month, I will be heading to Alabama for the Great Fall Garden Festival. We're actually going to have Tracy and Jason on the week before I go. So if I put a post up earlier yesterday, I think I kind of put the map because I'm going to take I-10 the whole way to like Pensacola, Destin area, and then go north to like Birmingham, and then I'm gonna take the northern route back to Houston. So I've made like a whole highlighted area. If y'all have nurseries or places inside that perimeter that I should go to and visit, let me know where you think I should go and tag them in the posts, and I will try to stop by. And I had a really good time doing like that garden tour last year where I did a bunch of like virtual tours, and it was a lot of fun. So let me know in the chats down below. And thank y'all so much. Make sure you follow Uncle Josh Gardens, the Plant Teching, Gardening with Dez. Vikram is almost at 50K on Instagram. You're getting close, right? What do you got right now, Vikram?
So close. It was like 49.2 earlier. 49.3,
Awesome.
something like
Okay.
that.
So
Almost
close.
there.
So let's see. I'm pulling it right now. 49.2. Okay. You'll be there before the end of August. So hopefully sooner. So
Yeah, I
you're
think so.
one viral video away. But if you're not, oh, you had that one video go pretty good today, actually. Um,
Yeah, it did pretty well.
Fantastic. Well, cool. Well, thank y'all so much. Phil's Figs, Garden with Dez, Josh Gardens, Vikram. Appreciate it so much for y'all being on, and we'll see you next week for another fantastic episode of The Garden Party.
Bye.
See you later.